You were in contention last weekend at the PGA up to the end. Overall, were you happy with the way you played as the defending PGA champ? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I was. Experience. I've been fortunate enough to try to defend a couple titles, but never a major. It was great. Obviously the crowds were out there for Tiger. Not exactly. I'm not even close to his stature, but it was really cool to get to play alongside him and Rory those first couple of days. And after not a great start on Thursday, I felt like I really hung in there well, and I had a great chance to win that tournament through 9 holes on Sunday, and I was glad to see Brooks kind of run away with it. It made me feel a little bit better about myself.
For those that may not understand, just break down for me a little bit for the golf novices like myself who watch it but don't really know it the way you have, the way that aficionados really know it. Whether it's the PGA, the U.S. Open, the Masters, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, when you go into a tournament like this, what's different about that compared not only to other majors, but just to other tournaments overall? Explain the difference from a competitor's perspective for those that may not get it.
It's tough, but at the end of the day, it's kind of what I always tell myself. It's still golf. It's very cliche, but it is true. The low scorer still wins at the end of the week, but it's just there's a lot more people. Just the majors just kind of have a different buzz in the air. I don't know what it is. It's kind of hard to explain, but I mean, the amount of people that are at these tournaments, it's pretty unbelievable. And golf is the game of golf is in a great state right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it continues to grow so much each and every year, and it's pretty cool to be a part of.
We're talking to Justin Thomas, the number 3 golfer in the world, right here with Stephen A. on ESPN Radio and ESPN News. What was it like playing in the final round Sunday, knowing Tiger was in the hunt and the galleries he draws? What was that like?
It was cool. It was. I played a bunch with Tiger, but I never really competed in a major with him, so that was something that was new for me. It's unbelievable. The roars that you would hear throughout the course. I mean, the roars that you would hear just from his score getting changed on a scoreboard is, unless you truly experience it, it's pretty unbelievable. And I know obviously he's happy, but we're all happy to see him healthy and back because it's good for the game of golf.
Justin, it's interesting. I hear words like unbelievable. I hear, words like happy he's there and what have you. I remember one time I was speaking to somebody the other day, I think it was my man Max, and he was alluding to everybody talks about an intimidation factor. That might potentially exist in other sports, but in the sport of golf, there's no such thing. I was making the argument, you're damn right it is. There is such thing as intimidation. You can intimidate a competitor in a sport. I don't care what sport it is. Could you explain that at all? Do you think that that's true on my part? You can be intimidated even on a golf course.
Absolutely. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I hope I intimidate a lot of people out there. It's probably not because of my build or my height or anything, but yeah, that's the goal. I mean, when you're going down the stretch and you're competing against one other person, I mean, you want to intimidate them. You want them to be scared to play you. You want them to know that you're going to be tough to beat. And you don't do it by being cocky or arrogant or saying things you shouldn't. But you can do it with your golf game and your demeanor, and kind of you look at guys. Like Tiger, I think I've gotten there, but you look at guys like Rory, when he's playing well, or DJ, they just kind of have that strut, you know what I mean? And they walk around those courses kind of like they own it. And it's, it doesn't happen too often where you have total control of everything and you're kind of in those zones, but it's pretty fun when you do.
Justin Thomas, number 3 golf in the world, the reigning FedEx Cup champion, right here with Stephen A. on ESPN Radio. You got guys like yourself. I believe you're 25 years of age. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Spieth is 25. Koepka's 28. Rory McIlroy and Fowler, they're 29 years of age. There's no shortage of quality young golfers on the tour. But do you think collectively you guys have the potential to raise the sport to interest levels we saw that Tiger had generated when he was at his peak? Do you think that's possible, considering the gifts that you guys have at the age you guys are displaying it?
No, it's a good question, but it's I truly don't think that you can put anybody in the same boat as Tiger Woods.
Mm.
I mean, he truly, you can't put it into words what he is to the game of golf. It's unbelievable. Like I said earlier, the amount of people that go out to tournaments because he's playing. But the funny thing is the opportunity that we have though is that the kids growing up never watched the Tiger Woods that we watched growing up. So we have the opportunity to be that player, that guy that the kids look up to. And to me, that's a huge deal. I want to be a great role model to kids. I want to be, someone that they look up to, someone that they want to kind of idolize their game after, model their game after, kind of like I did with Tiger. So it's, it's something that we definitely have a great opportunity, but I don't think it's fair to ourselves to try to compare anything that we could do to Tiger.
Certainly not trying to get into this at all on a personal level with him about his business or anything like that. I don't roll like that. But I will ask the question that when you talk about being a role model, when you're talking about setting a shining example or whatever, does the sport of golf, does individuals like yourself and others feel an added level of pressure to do just that, considering what Tiger had gone through in previous years on a personal level?
I mean, you could look at it any way you want, but at the end of the day, we're all, we all have a brand, and that's something that's so, it's what I love about golf is that everything's on ourselves. Obviously players in basketball, football, whatever it may be, they still have their own brand and they still need to perform well, but they have other team. Their team is their brand. They're whatever company their team is associated with. So for us, we have all these sponsorships. We have all these deals. We have people that we're associated with, but it's all us. So we just try to do the best thing that we can.